And if you have a boyfriend and he's traveling, try and buy a condom and pack it in his bag.
Accra be hard, so stress for the yard, but we still go day streets, we for find some meats.
Stay by plan, stay by plan. All the girls, all the boys, for stay by plan. Stay by plan, Accra, stay by plan. All the boys, all the girls, for stay by plan. Stay by plan, stay by plan. All the boys, all the girls, for stay by plan. Just a stay by plan with Afi and Zuu. All the G's for Accra, shall we there for you? If you also want to react, then that be cool. Hashtag stay by plan, shall we there for you? Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Stay by Plan, the best podcast in the world.
Yes, the whole universe actually.
Yes. If you don't know already, I'm Zuu and this is
Afi, the one and only.
the one and only, yeah. So we are back with another episode. I'm excited for this episode. It's about to be very interesting. But first, Afi has something to tell us.
If you are not watching, I always tell you people, when you finish listening, you have to watch. Because a lot of visuals happening that you need to see.
Yeah.
Because for example, like today, I'm having a very good time with my crunch time popcorn.
That's it.
And because I'm such a good person, I got some for Zuu and our guest. And there's even an extra one here for you guys to eat.
That's right.
Imaginary from your homes. But if you want to copy yourself, you can always get it online from crunchtime_munchables.
Onwards.
On Instagram.
Okay.
And they're actually available in some of your major shops. So don't worry, I'll give you more details. Send me a DM and I'll let you know more.
Crunch
what do you
time
think?
popcorn is popping.
That's not it.
It literally says it's
No.
popping.
That's not it.
Look,
That's not the key phrase. That's not the key phrase.
tasty, crunchy, and so delicious.
No, that's not it.
Ah,
That's not it.
so what is
I'm
it?
coming. One moment. I know this. Experience the crunch.
That's it.
That's
okay.
it. It comes in two flavors though. There's lightly salted and there is sweet.
That's
So as you
right.
can see, I'm eating sweet because I'm sweet. And Zuu is eating the salted because he's salty.
Oh no.
So yeah. Anyway.
So yes, before
Any
we
reviews?
even get into it,
Oh, do you remember the emotional message we got on Instagram that made us cry? The girl who sent us a
yeah,
long message.
yeah.
Yeah. Why are you laughing?
So tell us about it.
So basically, me and Zuu went for a program. We were so late, but we were like, nah, we have to be there. And we definitely had to be there because we met someone called Selassie. And she was so excited to see us. We took photos and everything. And then she posted on her Instagram story, like a very long message. And then Zuu cried. Zuu actually cried. And I was really touched. So thank you so much, Selassie, for your kind words. And we love you. Thank you so much for supporting the brand.
Yeah, thank you very much. And so yeah, follow us on social media. Stay by Plan Pod everywhere, and then on the internet, staybyplanpod.com.
Powered by Bear Connect.
That's right.
Yes.
So yes, we've spoken too much. Let's get into the episode. Today we're talking about I don't even know how to phrase it, but we're in the health space today. We are trying to be healthy.
But Zuu, I just want to, you know what, Tyson, please introduce yourself. Who are you and what do you do?
Who are you? Why are you sitting here? Let me bring the mic closer to you so they can hear.
Yes, I think, as you can see, I'm already in one of the costumes that will show who I am.
But for the people who
Yeah,
Don't
so
discuss too.
definitely, my name is Tyson Korletey. I'm a pharmacist, and I belong to the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana.
okay,
And so we are people that take care of you in the pharmacies. I believe that when one is sick, the very first point of call will be our place.
Yeah.
So
yeah, most likely.
I
yes.
think that is what I do basically.
So wait, sorry to cut you, but how long have you been a pharmacist?
Oh, I've been a pharmacist for the past, I think, 3 years.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
for the past 3 years. I've been
Nice.
practicing for the past 3 years.
So-
But before then, I was into pharmaceuticals.
Oh, okay.
Before going into do the course, yes.
Oh, okay. So how long have you been in the medicine space?
Oh yeah.
For that one, it's about 13 years now.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. So he's been in the game. He knows
That's like literally my age because like, I'm so young. Like, wow.
he knows what he's talking about.
I've been,
I like that. I like that.
I've been 13 years into the pharmaceutical space.
Wow.
And that was what gingered me to do the course, actually.
So what gingered you to even get into the pharmaceutical space?
Actually, are we zooming in onto what we are supposed to do for the day?
Yes, we are going right in.
Okay, so actually, I was into business.
Okay.
I read marketing from IPS, now UPSA.
Okay.
So I happened to get a job within the pharmaceutical space. That was some years back in 2010. So that was what pushed me into it because I was not a professional pharmacist. We were being paid in dollars.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yes.
those times.
We were paid in dollars.
And I say
And then they give you equivalents in CDs.
right.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
basically-
it's always changing.
Yes.
Oh,
So
I see.
basically, I was the least paid, but I was a hardworking person.
Mm.
So my boss one day told me, you can do this course. But something pushed me into it, actually. We were in a meeting one day when one person said, we're just discussing issues on the field. So I decided to speak. The chance was given for me to speak. And the pharmacist shut me down that if pharmacists are discussing things, we, those that are not pharmacists, we should keep quiet. It's funny, right?
It's rude, yeah.
Yeah, he was very rude.
Hey,
Hey, go pay you.
oh my God.
On that day, I was very sad.
Oh, me, I feel you, but like me, mom, like that night, no, I'm buying the forms. So that you can't tell me that again. Like,
So basically, that was what pushed me. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes you have to be pushed by someone
Yeah.
to do something.
Wow.
And I think that day I couldn't sleep, actually. After the meeting, I couldn't sleep. I was like,
Real.
immediately I left the meeting grounds, I have to start making calls and find out
Yeah.
what will be the requirement for you to enter into pharmacy school.
Yeah.
So
Mad.
I had it, but I thought that it's like other courses that when you have your first degree, they will exempt you from some spaces. But pharmacy is not like that.
Right.
Even if you study medicine and you're starting pharmacy, you start from the scratch.
Gosh. And how long is it? Like 6 years or something?
It's 6 years.
6
Now
years.
6 years, but I had the 4 years
Oh, okay.
because when I got to the school, it was the 4 years that we had. So that was B Farm.
Okay. And that was the IPS.
No.
And the marketing was
The marketing was
IPS. So where
IPS.
did you do pharmacy?
I did it at Central
Central. Okay.
Central University.
Oh, nice.
So that's where I went to. And
Okay.
I have not blamed myself for reading that course. At least he has given me a profession.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be writing application letters
Yeah.
because I sit in my home and jobs come to me.
That's right. I love the energy.
Yeah, so that is how it is. So that was why I entered into the pharmaceutical space, actually. And I'm happy being there and saving lives as well.
Yeah, actually.
So I just want to ask, like, how do you know? Like, how do you know us? How do you know Zuu? How do you know Zuu?
For Zuu and yourself, you've forgotten about it.
Yeah, I know what I came to do.
Hey.
Yeah, I met him at a pharmacy because I went to buy drugs for my dad.
Yes.
But ask him what Zuu was doing.
I accompanied you.
You accompanied me, and then
And then what happened?
So actually, I was with you guys at the mall pharmacy,
Yeah.
the Junction Mall.
Yeah.
And I think that was where I met you guys.
Yeah.
And we had a chat based on the fact that you are buying something. Through our conversation, I got to know that you have this content. And I think that it's good that some of us come on board
Yeah.
to at least educate people on a lot of issues that are happening in society. A lot of things are happening within the youth space
Yeah, that's true.
that we must always talk about and advise.
yeah,
Yes, because when you go in for that, the last point is for you to come to us.
yeah.
And sometimes you spend a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just have to get to those extents.
Tyson, you're a good person. This is your trusted
What are you talking
pharmacist.
about? Why is he good?
He has not exposed you. He has
Expose
kept.
me
Do
for
you
what?
guys have like a code where like you can't really talk about people's expenses or when they come and buy at the pharmacy?
Yes, that is what we swear to do.
Really?
Because even if you come to me with a case, I need to keep it safe.
Ah, okay, that's why he's keeping his
Oh,
okay.
must have
So for
Safra.
now, There are a lot of things in the head that you cannot pour out
Right.
to the general public.
Right.
No, but me today I need some examples also. If let's say you are saying Afi came to buy, let's say, something, can you say the story without mentioning her name? If you say,
Oh, yes,
a lady came and
yes. For that one, it's true. A lot of things happen
yeah.
with this kind of post pills issues.
Yeah.
Post pills.
Let's get right into it.
For
Actually,
post pills.
yeah. Let's talk about it.
I think that the youth of today, they don't fear any disease. Rather, they fear pregnancy.
Hey,
They don't fear any STDs, but they rather fear pregnancy.
Yeah. I've heard this. I've heard that before.
I think that we need to take our time.
So do you feel like people are buying, for example, people are buying the post pills more than the condoms?
That is what is happening in society.
Hey, Charlie.
Sometimes I assume that during maybe holidays or weekends,
Yeah.
we should be able to sell more of condoms, but
Yeah.
rather post pills rather take over. If you have Lydia
Yeah.
in your closet, that is in your pharmacy, the facility sells more Lydia than even condoms.
That's it. Wow.
Yes.
That's wild.
And it's alarming because you see, I'll tell you one thing. For the post pill, it's an emergency pill.
Yeah. People are taking it like Tic Tac.
Yes. Now it has become a chewing stick for a lot of people. People normally take it even more than the way they take even paracetamol.
Hey, it's true though.
It's becoming alarming, and I think that the youth must desist.
Yeah.
Because you see, what it does basically is to cause your procreation cycle. If you are on post pill for a longer period, your cycle of menstruation will change. Sometimes, if you are menstruating for 7 days, it will reduce to about 2-3 days.
Wow.
So that should tell you what is happening.
Yeah.
And when it comes in that way, you have to be on other pills. So you see that you can get married, but it will delay your pregnancy would delay. And when it's delaying like that, you come back to me and I'll pile the medicines for you and I'll charge you more.
Because funny enough, I have heard this thing before where I don't know where I heard it from, but they were talking about how like as you are saying, like an emergency pill shouldn't be taken like more than
It's
3
in
times
a year
or
you're
something
supposed to
weird, like
take it twice. Because it's an emergency pill. Assuming somebody who you don't know rapes you, that is when you have to use it, because you don't want to give birth to anybody that is a bastard, excuse me to say, or something of that sort, that you don't know where the father is going to be. So that is when you have to take it.
Okay.
So at least there are a lot of methods.
Yeah. So do you think okay, because I'll assume that, for example, for people who are always coming for post pills, it means that they're having a lot of unprotected sex.
Unprotected,
So
yes.
it means that they are not interested in condoms. So we'll give them that.
Yes.
So do you guys, when they are buying the post pills, do you sometimes suggest that, you sister,
I've seen you here way too
you've
many
been coming
times.
too much. This last week, this is about the 3rd or 4th time you've come. Why don't you
Let me tell you an experience
Try
I had
this.
just last week.
last week? No.
Fresh movie.
Yes.
What happened?
At ANC Mall.
Kaish. That's how they heated.
There was a lady that came there. I think I've been there for some time. Anytime at all, I'm a local pharmacist over there too, in the malls. So anytime at all, she comes in to buy. I tried advising her once. The second one, I told her that if she's coming and she sees me, she should go back. Yes. And she felt like
Who are you?
I was just harsh.
Yeah.
Because I've explained to her why I was saying so.
Yeah.
You see, sometimes you guys blame your grandparents for nothing, because your own activities might cause your downfall, but you might be blaming somebody close to you. Meanwhile, it's your own activities. Favor, you see. So I feel like I was doing, because we are not just in the community to make money. We are also to educate.
Yeah.
So after I've said so to her, she came in. That was last week. I think on a Saturday. I was there. When she came in, she wanted to buy Posinoto, the original. And I looked at her face. I was trying to recollect whether she was the one. Then I identified some mark on her. Then I told her, you were the one, eh? Then she was like, why am I being rude? And why do I want to poke my nose into her affairs and the business? And I told her that, you know what? You can go with your money.
Because like you said earlier, it's part of your job is to save lives.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you feel like giving this medication over the counter to this person is not going to help them,
Yes.
then I guess you have the right to
Yes.
turn her
So
away.
I turned her away.
Yeah.
And I believe she might go somewhere else and
Yes,
get it.
definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
But you see, this kind of person will be taking post pills every week. Every week you take some. Okay, so if
I'm
you are
sorry
taking
we're laughing. It's a very
if you
serious
are taking
situation,
post
but
pills
like,
every week,
Yeah.
why won't you tell your partner to do any withdrawal or use condoms on you? Imagine the person you are doing that with. Would he be the person to marry you? Somebody's son that is somewhere thinking about himself will bear that cross.
Oh my
He'll be
God.
taking you to fertility centers
yeah.
just for you to have a baby. But you've forgotten that this was what I did.
So what I was saying earlier is, do you sometimes recommend, let's say, like the pill? I don't know what they
Birth
call it, but like
control
birth
pills.
control.
Birth control pills, yes, they are there. But there is a family planning system. If you go to any clinic,
Yeah.
they should have a family planning unit.
Yeah. And from what I've heard, like it's actually very reasonable. It's not even like expensive because
It
there's
is
some government
not.
subsidies for it.
There is a lot of subsidies for it.
Yeah.
So either you go for the injectable, or you go for implant, or you go for any other thing.
But I think also like if you look at the kind of society that we find ourselves in, we are primarily a Christian society. So because like society frowns on sex before marriage,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people just shy away instead of being realistic with themselves and knowing that like this is the kind of life I'm living. They shy away and they don't want to go to the hospital and do this because they feel like, hey, I'm not married and I'll go there and the doctor will say this or this. And then they end up making these like mistakes and then they come back and then they take the post pill like TikTok.
You know, if probably I have a unit that I run, the clinic that we are running, have a family health clinic that they are running that clinic over there. That is their job. When you get there, nobody exposes you. It's just like you having an HIV and going for a retroviral drug from the fevers unit.
Yeah.
They're also there to save you.
Yeah.
So I think that we need to talk about our problems.
No, but you see, the thing is, especially for women, some pharmacies and pharmacists, the eye that the pharmacist will give you, because someone told me a story that she went to get a post pill when she was in university. The woman gave her some ice pan. She said, "Charlie, I don't think I can buy this thing again." Like, you know, Ghanaians already. It's like, see this girl, small girl, you are buying post pill. And they don't say it, but like it's in the face, and like they just they feel ashamed. I think
But
lots
then
of
it really comes back, even though I was the one who brought that whole like narrative up, it really comes back to like you as a person. Like you know what you are doing.
Yes.
So you have to be responsible.
That
for
is
your
it.
actions.
Yeah, for sure.
You must be
for sure.
responsible. And sometimes the partner that you work with must also be reasonable.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, maybe he might not be the person that will settle down with you.
Yeah.
You shouldn't let your activities cause somebody's
Person.
burden. You get it?
Yeah.
So at least you must also save. Because if you know probably the person you are dating or you are sleeping with
Yeah,
is not going to be your wife,
yeah,
you must also do something. Since you are having your fun, you must also make sure that you protect the person's
Yeah,
home.
for sure.
Okay,
For
for the
sure.
next person that will be able to marry that person.
yeah.
So I'm advising the youth that, Charlie, let's desist from that. That is an emergency pill, which is supposed to be taken twice in a year. And you shouldn't exceed it. If you exceed it, because if I ask, if you could put a question out,
Yeah.
the number of times from January to now, people that have taken these pills, or if they should raise their hands, Charlie. Someone is there that every week he has to take one.
Yeah.
Hey.
Every week. Some people take it even 2 days interval.
Mad.
And I feel that the youth must desist.
So
and
do
I
you think then it's a problem? Do you think we have a sex education problem?
it is.
Yeah.
It is. And our drive for sex is very high. Ghanaians, Charlie.
Actually.
This episode is killing me. No, I want to go home.
Our drive for sex is very high, but
Yeah.
someone will tell you you can't eat a toffee with a rubber,
Yeah.
which is very funny. Which is
It
very,
took me
very
like a
I
second.
say yes.
well,
Oh my god.
you get it.
Yeah.
Unless when you are eating toffee, you have to remove the wrapper
So to really enjoy
and
it.
to really enjoy the toffee. So it goes like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
And I have to always do it in the raw phase. But you see, STDs are also available for you to get at any time. Because I have...
It's been available like it's a drug.
Oh no, it's now on the rise.
Yeah.
It's very
What
high
are
on
some of the
ascendancy.
what are some of the popular STDs that are like?
HIV is running across like something, like wildfire. I'm telling you, if you could know the figures that we have now,
Yeah.
I'm sure it will be more than 6,000 plus for this year alone. And we are
Crazy.
just in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
So I beg you people, the raw sex that we are having is causing a lot of HIV on ascendancy as well as gonorrhea.
Yeah.
I have a pharmacy that I run at Kotoku. I've treated a lot of people with gonorrhea. This week alone, I have more than 4 or 5 cases on the same issue.
Wow.
And it's not if you guys we are recording this. The week is like we are halfway through the week, by the way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That means Friday, but still.
Yeah.
And we must be cautious. It's because we are not practicing safe sex. And you know,
Sex.
I don't blame them because the society, because
Yeah.
of COVID. You know, everybody's attention has moved to COVID. And we are
Forgetting what.
forgetting HIV campaigns and other stuff.
Yeah. Facts.
That is why.
Yeah.
Because at first, you know, people normally have the zeal for the usage of condoms. But now, Charlie.
They are
and
using their mask, but you don't
and
use
because there are also medications, and the medications are for free for HIV patients.
Oh wow.
Oh, yes. As for that, I used to take care of them when I was at Ridge. I used to run the Fevers clinic with Famiao, who was my boss by then.
Yeah.
So I still have friends that are HIV positive that we talk almost every blessed day.
Yeah.
And when you speak with them, you see that some of them is not their fault. Others, you realize that it is through their activities.
Yeah.
So I'm pleading that the way we normally buy the post pills, let us buy the condoms rather. You can buy a condom for your boyfriend
Yeah.
to use on you.
That's
She said to use your
Yes.
dying.
What's wrong with that?
no, but for real though, I think the both men and women have to be buying the condoms.
Yeah,
Like,
Yes,
everybody should
so.
have carry their condoms. If you know you're someone who's sexually active, yeah. If I open Afi's bag, I have
Put
to
it in
see-
your wallet.
I have to see condoms in Afi's bag. Me, I don't really do those things, so I will not have.
Put
some,
it
but
in your wallet.
you
And if
understand?
you have a boyfriend and he's traveling, try and buy a condom and pack it in his bag.
Tyson, this one they drop me here, please.
Why?
No.
You know
It's
what I'm
true, it's
saying,
true,
so-
It's true.
Because at the end of the day, you'll be affected.
You'll be affected. And women are always at the receiving end.
Yeah, it's true. No, that's really good advice. Like,
You get it? Some women are there, they are married, and they feel like their husbands are traveling, and they go like, if you go protect yourself, how would he protect himself? He's not going to use any rubber apart from condom. So buy it and put it in his bag.
But aren't you endorsing him to go and misbehave?
See, men are men, you know that. What do you say?
I don't know. I don't know.
Someone will tell you men will always be men, you know. Anywhere at all they get to, you want to leave an image over there.
Okay, I also have another question. So, with people below the age of, let's say, 21 or 18, do they often have like an issue coming to the pharmacy to come and buy condoms?
I was in my pharmacy one day when a young lady at the age of 14 came to me. She wants to buy Cytotec,
What's that?
an abortion medication.
Bad. Oh. And they sell those over the counter.
It's not over the counter. It's a prescription drug.
Oh, okay.
But you get people moving in to say, I want to buy it over the counter. So you need to educate. So I asked her, who is it for? Who is using it? Then she said, it's my sister that sent me. And I said, go and bring your sister to me. The reason why she sent you, a young person, to come and get this particular product for her. She went and never came back. You get it? So sometimes some of the young girls, like this personal thing that we are talking about, they come in and they spy whether there is an MCA, a medical counter assistant there, or there is a pharmacist.
Yeah.
Before they come in to get those stuffs. Okay?
Right.
And they feel shy. They send sometimes small boys to come and get it for them. So it's like they feel shy. But from now, I believe that even 13, 12 years, people they already know men.
You see, I was having this conversation recently that I think the way we approach sex education is wrong, because I think the main thing that we preach in Ghana is abstinence. And me, I'm telling you that whether you preach abstinence or not, people will have sex. From the age of, let's say, 13, 14 going, there will be people who will be having sex. You can tell them not to have sex, they will have sex, because people enjoy sex. Yeah, but people enjoy sex. So, and even if you haven't tried it, naturally your body is your hormones, everything are leading you into that direction. So
that's true.
if you don't have, let's say, the self-control, you will not be able to abstain. So I always say the way we approach sex education has to change. Yes, abstain, but people will not abstain. So now, beyond the preaching the abstinence, they don't preach anything else. So people below 18, they all they know is abstinence. But when they have the sex, after that, they don't know what to do. They don't even know that I can get condoms.
Yes.
I can, be on the pill. I can do it, because there are people who are very active who are around that age. So me, I think, I don't know whether it's Ministry of Health or what, but the way they do sex education has to change, because otherwise we'll keep having these things.
Yes, so for now, I think that the Ministry of Health is doing something in that manner. That when you go to places where they normally have this teenage pregnancy rise, they normally take them through this family planning process. Because young girls of that ages, and you go to sometimes the seasides, I already mentioned in a town.
But you're looking at me like it's my area people that are like that.
They go through this kind of family planning methods, so that at least from class 6 towards JHS, they push them all through. And then the northern part of Ghana, mostly they do that for them because of teenage pregnancy. So I think that is there, but we also as parents have responsibilities as well.
Yeah, for sure.
If you have a child, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he's old, he will not depart from it. You must always take them through the right channels. When you speak with them and you don't shy away from the sex education, and you speak to them that this is what will happen when you do this ABC, these are the measures you can use to correct them. That's why sometimes they say that people that ask questions about such things are bad case. But I don't think
they are not.
They are not.
They're just curious.
They are curious. They will definitely know.
If you don't answer, they'll do practicals.
They'll do practicals.
And they'll find out themselves.
Because for now, we are in a global world. And getting information is a tip of the iceberg. You just snatch your phone like this, and then that is it. If you get a kid around the age of 8 years watching porn on a phone, then you should know that they know what they're about. So you should even start practice telling them a lot about this sex education before they even grow up and enter into the teens. You get it? So I think that we also have responsibility as parents and as brothers and sisters. We also have responsibility for our own siblings, that we should be able to educate and then protect our own. Because at the end of the day, when you have an ailment that is incurable, it is very difficult for you and your family, because somebody will say, you're bringing a disgrace to this family, you're a disgrace to the family. Meanwhile, if you know about it, you wouldn't actually go in that manner. And I think that is how we have to go about our education.
Nice.
Hi guys, today we're about to talk about something special, which is Bear Connect.
Bear Connect.
Zuu, what is Bear Connect?
Bear Connect is a platform for creatives, entrepreneurs, and business people who want to, start their own websites for their business.
And I mean, having a website is so important because you can put everything on that website. And with Bear Connect, you can link your store, you can link your socials, and you can check everything all in one place. And you can also get to select your own domain. How cool is that?
Exactly. You can customize the website to fit your personality, to fit your brand. Anyhow you want it to look, you can get it down on Bear Connect.
And the dope thing is that you don't even need a laptop to do this. You can do everything directly from your phone. And if you have any issue, Bear Connect has like a customer service 24/7. They're there
That's
for
right.
you.
They're there
So
to help
Charlie,
you guys. Please hop on
No
Bear
long
Connect.
thing.
We are on Bear Connect. So join us on Bear Connect.
So follow us on www.staybyplanpod.com.
Yes.
Powered by
Bear Connect.
Moving on from, or you still have some
No,
sex ed
I'm
questions?
okay.
So moving on from sex ed, I have a question for you and all pharmacists.
Yes.
Why is it that when we come to a pharmacy and we need a drug, you always propose the most expensive drug first? Me, I know. Because sometimes, no, it's true. Because I'm like, please. Sometimes I'm not sure.
No,
I say,
it's-
please,
it's
my money
true though,
can't
it's
reach
true
this
though.
one. Give me another option.
Even
Okay.
paracetamol.
Okay.
They'll remove the Panadol right now.
No.
Not even Panadol. They'll remove like some pills or
Because I
some-
know like there's paracetamol that's made locally, right?
Yes,
Yes.
they'll
And it's
bring the
like
foreign one.
3 CDs, 4 CDs. It's cheap. How much is paracetamol? They will say 40 something. I was like, but no.
So
So why?
you,
why
you
would
know
guys-
there are generic products
Mhm.
and they are originators.
Yeah.
When a molecule comes into the market, if you pick amoxicillin, there is somebody who discovered the penicillin and then added it up and it becomes a product for use.
Yeah.
That person is a person that has done a research on the work. He owns it as a patent. So that it will work for some time, the patency will work for some time, and then when it elapses, people also manufacture the same.
Right.
But that person that have manufactured that product or come out with the molecule or that has done his own research has spent money to do the research, one. He spent money to do the product, okay? And then he spent money to do pharmacovigilance. That means that whenever you take the medicine, he's observing whether something else will happen. And he has data on that particular product, okay? So if the person have a data on that particular product and he owns the right for it to be sold, you know that pricing will definitely differ because he's invested so much into it.
Yeah.
And that is the originator. Then I'm the originator. Zuu will just come out and say, okay, my patency is expired, so I need to cut some and bring it in. Zuu will go to India and go and cut a cheaper brand and will bring it in. Zuu doesn't own any data. He doesn't have anything about the product. He doesn't know anything about the product. You get it?
Yeah.
When I sell original product for you and there is a problem, there is somebody to hold. When Zoo's product is in the market and I sell for you and there is a problem with it, you cannot go and hold Zoo.
You can't.
You get it? So I always see that as something that, because they have data, they have every right for the product. When I sell that product for you and I believe in the product because the product works,
Yeah.
I don't know where Zoo has manufactured this from.
Right.
It can be from maybe his local kitchen
Yeah, true.
My bedroom.
or your bedroom. When you go to India, it's like that.
Yeah.
People even have manufacturing plants in their bedrooms.
Yeah.
So the product comes out from India and then you start taking that product.
Yeah.
Efficacy is very important. Tried and tested products are
Yeah.
products that you must use.
Yeah. That makes
So you
sense.
realize that sometimes you take some products that doesn't work for you and you go like, if you go again, oh, there is a brand, but you say this one is too expensive. I
Yeah.
can't pay for it. But if I give you that product, it will work.
Right.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And so that is the reason why sometimes when you come, and there are pharmacies that, okay, we look at the availability of the product and for you being able to pay. That is another thing. Okay?
Yeah.
If I look at you and I know that you can pay, why
So
not?
you've been profiling us.
So you should be able to be profiled when you enter into the pharmacy
This is my shoes.
based on the questions that I'll ask you.
Uh,
And I'll ask you. Sometimes I put the two before you.
yeah.
Which one do you prefer?
Choose your poison.
Choose your own.
Yeah.
You get it? That is how I behave. I will tell you this is this, this is that.
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer? Then you choose your choice. It's not that we want to give expensive drugs to you.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes our taste for foreign goods is also very high. You know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
If you have something from Kina Pharma and you have the same thing from
Glax,
Mech.
Glaxus. Yeah, friends,
Those
uh,
are UK
Glasgow,
brands.
yes, Myken.
Yeah.
That is it. You know, You or some UK brand, you
GSK,
feel like
whatever.
GSK. You know that.
Yeah.
Oh, this one is from Medrich. This one is from how do you call it? MSD, MEC in US. Oh, it's a US product. Okay, then I have to use it.
Yeah.
And some people too, they've come across some of these products in the world.
Right.
They've traveled. So immediately they see that this product is here. Sometimes people do come to the shop just to look at what you have
Yeah.
and see whether they can get some of their products that they use when they travel outside.
Yeah.
And, for that, so Zuu, Charlie, don't be too much like, we are giving expensive drug, but the drugs will
She's the
work
one
for
who
you.
said it too.
Anyway, I'm flattered. That means that people profile me as a rich woman.
Yeah, of course. Why not? I'm not rich.
I am rich.
Yeah,
Papa,
that is
amen.
it.
And also,
Yes.
why I have so many questions for you, pharmacist. Why do you guys sell soda and like Herbal and all those things? Is it like people are trying to give us diabetes?
You are the ones to be sick,
So
so
that
that
I'll
you
be
come
sick,
back and
I'll
buy the medicine.
People-
I mean, I was missing chocolates.
Yes, of course,
Yeah,
because
see,
right
Haribo.
now that is the
economy.
norm for the pharmacy business. It's now even turning into
Supermarket.
something like a supermarket,
Last time I saw
as
toys.
well as perfumeries,
Yeah, you
every
see all
stuff
sorts of
in
things.
there.
Yeah.
Because people come in to ask. And if you're in a business where people ask you for products that you don't have, you definitely have to sell some.
So
You are there
HR,
to make
people
money as
asking
well.
for this thing. Oh, let me
So
start
they
selling.
ask.
Yeah.
When they ask, you need to sell. At first, we don't sell baby foods
Yeah, but now you guys sell
in
it.
pharmacies. But now we are selling it.
Yeah.
At first, we don't need to sell this kind of roll-ons and those kind of perfumes and
Yeah.
other stuffs. But now we are selling it.
Yeah.
So
It's true.
soda is also there. Somebody can walk in there and say, I want to buy maybe Lucozade.
Yeah.
You don't see Lucozade. Well man is there. Well woman is there. There are also energy drinks. They pick it up. So if you are buying that, and then somebody have a maybe, maybe Coke, a crown, and another Sprite. Charlie, when you come, you get your choice.
And, okay, I've also heard something about how like sometimes diabetic people their sugar drops
Yes.
and they may need to eat something that has like
To
sugar
push
in
up.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, of
So
course.
is chocolate applicable?
Yourself. Sometimes if you don't eat,
Yeah, like your sugar
Yeah.
falls.
your sugar falls for some time, and you realize that you begin to shake
Yeah.
or shiver. Your hands will begin to shiver.
So there he doesn't.
But if you
experience
put in
those
even one cube of sugar in your mouth, it gives you back the
Yeah.
energy
Yeah.
that you needed. So
Or your,
that is
or
why
your blood sugar will go high.
go ahead,
you
yes,
sleep.
that is it. So sometimes it's very important that you should also watch. You shouldn't starve yourself so much. You must always make sure that you give the body glucose to come out with the energy you need to do your work.
Yeah.
Else you cannot even think straight.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
So
In
that
the
is
in the same vein with diabetes, I think it's something that's becoming or is already a problem in Ghana.
Yeah.
And it's getting worse. Type 2 diabetes, especially
yeah.
because of our lifestyle,
Yes.
sedentary lifestyles. The way
That
we
is
eat.
it. So you know them.
Oh yeah, me I know. It's
Sedentary lifestyle.
Yeah, I know it's a
So some of you, when you were there, and then a gentleman said, "I want to go out with you. Let's go and eat junk food." You just go and eat. Is that not it?
Yeah.
When they take you to,
So why you pointing at me?
No, some guy be was standing there. Sorry.
when they pick you to honeysuckle and all those stuff, and you go and eat those kind of foods over there. We are also waiting for you in the pharmacy. Sometimes you need to eat healthy,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
for sure.
important that sometimes, at least, a little bit of carbohydrate, but more of the leafy
Green,
vegetables
That's
will
the Zoo
help you.
baby. Zoo is vegan.
yeah. I'm
You
not saying
understand?
he's saying
You
it's
see.
not.
So sometimes it's very important that
Yeah,
we
yeah,
do
yeah.
that. If we do that stuff more, at least our ability to get this kind of chronic ailments will reduce.
Yeah,
And we
because-
must we shouldn't think that we are too young, so we might not have pressure.
High blood
It's,
pressure.
it's killing easily.
Yeah.
I was having the same conversation
Yeah,
yesterday.
you've been having a lot of conversations with Zoo
I've been
baby.
talking about health a lot. My sister is in the field, so I speak about these things often.
Yeah, you should.
So, like stroke,
Yes.
hypertension, like these things in the
That-
past, we used to think that also is for the old
Oh,
people.
yes.
But it's
But
people who are
now-
like 30
yes.
who have
Now
had
it's-
strokes and
yes.
Yeah.
and I think it's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's very
It's good that anytime at all you pass through a pharmacy, you should be able to check your pressure. If you feel like you're having a little bit of headache, some people immediately they feel a little headache, they go in for
Paracetamol.
Gibidol, give me Gibidol. They'll be taking it for so long a period. there is always a root cause for everything. Sometimes it might just be that you are having a low HB. Your blood level is down. And that's why you're having that headache. But if you are taking the Gibidol, you take the Gibidol, you get a respite for some time, and then it starts again.
Yeah.
Until you correct that, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
So it is important that sometimes you go there, you check your HB, you check your pressure level, whether it is up or not. And then even now in the pharmacy, we do the diabetes test. That is the RTDs, rapid diagnostic test. You can come and then we do it for you.
Yeah.
So you must be cautious. You must take care of your health, Charlie. Because you see, yeah. And if you don't take time, now the way the economy is,
Hey, you are finished.
Charlie,
Consultation alone.
You're sick, you are
you
finished.
see, so
You don't spend less than 500.
let us very soon when you come to the pharmacy and come and narrate your issues too. We are struggling for that. Also start charging consultation fee.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Because we do a lot, but we don't charge for it.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
We'll see what God will do.
Speaking about, you were saying people will be taking a lot of drugs. I also saw recently on, I think I saw it on Twitter, someone posted a doctor posted someone's how do you call it? No, sensitivity test for antibiotics.
Yes.
And so for different antibiotics, like non-reactive, like they were it was not working on them.
Yes,
because they take it
because
too much.
of-
Right?
Oh God.
You see, let me tell you, antibiotics is something that when you take it yourself, it opens your floodgate down. That's why it's good. I mean, when I'm treating you from any infection and I give you antibiotic, I need to give you a probiotic in addition. Okay. I do that a lot because at the end of the day, you must make sure that your normal commensal within your system, it is, or the normal flora is being regained back.
Yeah.
Because what it does is to clear bacteria and then find out whether good or bad out of your system. And therefore, we have abused it to the extent that now it doesn't even work anymore.
Yeah, everybody's resistant.
People have pets in their homes, and when their pet is sick, they come and buy antibiotics and give it to their pet.
How can you do that, guys?
Oh, it's a serious thing.
But that's serious.
It's very serious. Okay, so we have what we call antibiotic resistance to most of the antibiotics that are there. So you know what? When you are sick and you come in, we have a line of antibiotic we start with.
Yeah.
If we start with that and it doesn't work, you move to the second line. If it doesn't work, you move to the third line. Then now you move to the fourth, fifth, and sixth generation.
Yeah.
But still, some people
You get it? People are becoming resistant to it because of the abuse of antibiotics.
Yeah.
Somebody is having cough, which you can treat with just normal antihistamine and then normal cough mixtures.
Yeah.
They will go and buy amoxiclav because that's the name that comes into their head.
That's the one with the red and the. Usually
No, the move and then the white color.
Yes.
I don't even know. I don't remember the last time I took antibiotics. But then don't you think then part of the problem is the pharmacists? Because I believe, from what I know, antibiotics are prescribed.
Prescription drugs.
So people shouldn't be able to buy it over the counter.
That is why now every shop needs to have a pharmacist. If a pharmacist is there, I believe that the pharmacist will not sell it over the counter.
Sorry, you mentioned that sometimes people sneak to check whether it's a pharmacist or a
or an MCA,
An
medical counter assistant.
So
They are the
sometimes-
ladies that helps.
So sometimes the assistants don't know.
They know, but you see, sometimes they also want to please their bosses.
Oh, I saw
So at the
this,
end
I
of the
saw
day,
this.
Makes some sense.
sales.
Yeah.
So because of sales factor, they have to sell.
So it's not the pharmacists, it's the MCAs.
It's
Most of the time.
Mostly.
Okay.
Mostly because when you get to a place where, hardly will I prescribe an antibiotic for you if you come there with just common cold and cough.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of things
Yeah.
that you can use to clear it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just give you that. Till the time you get to some limit, then I know that, then you might need it before you can put the person on. So the resistance is becoming too high based on our consumption of the drugs. And we, those that have been doing that, please, let's desist from that, because it will get to a time when we are sick, seriously sick, and we get to the clinics and they apply this medication, it doesn't work. They apply this one, it doesn't work. You will say, drugs treatment is very expensive, but you have forgotten that you have been taking antibiotics the way you like, because
Like
The post pill.
like the post pill.
you know. So please, we are there to educate and then make sure we inform.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what I'm doing today. I believe that somebody is learning something somewhere.
Oh yeah, for sure. We are learning a lot
And we
ourselves.
need that kind of talks every time.
But in addition to people taking it too much, what is it also like? You know, when you take or you're prescribed antibiotics and they say take one every day for let's say 14 days.
Yes.
And people feel better after 7 days and they stop.
You don't cast.
That also contributes to the resistance.
It contributes because at the end of the day, some people don't complete the course.
Yeah.
And if you don't complete the course, it's like you have just, some people, I would use this example for your analogy for you. Okay. Sometimes you hear people saying that those that are HIV positive, they tell you that they are no more HIV positive. They've gone to church to give offering to God that they've checked and I'm not positive again. You know why? But when you're on the medication, it suppresses the viral load to the barest minimum that it can even become 0.
Yeah. But if you stop.
When you do the test, you will not see it.
Yeah.
Target not detected. But it's there. They are lying low because of the medications that you have used.
Yeah.
And when you you don't consistently take your medicine and you skid for some period, my dear, when they are coming back with full vigor.
It's like you've gone to train.
It's like
So they jeopardize your system. They
So now
jeopardize
they are
your system.
back with a vengeance.
It's just like that.
Yeah.
So when you are given a course to take antibiotics, please do well to take it and complete it.
Yeah.
Someone will come to the pharmacy, you give the person the drug written, and you say take it for 14 days, and the person take it for 2 days. The person is fine and it's forgotten about it that I have a drug to take because, and you see, it's like you getting fine and you forgetting that I was sick before.
Yeah.
You get it. So please, let us try and complete our doses.
Please.
And we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Society will be well for all of us.
Yeah, exactly. I also want to ask you about herbal medicine. Obviously, most of you guys don't sell herbal medicine.
Just a few
pharmacies.
No, they sell, but they have like a few of them that have been like FDA approved, so they're like, okay, fine, we can stock
Exactly.
Yes.
you.
Exactly.
We are steady.
Exactly.
You see that we know inside. We'll come and work at the pharmacy.
Exactly. Yeah, because medical counter assistants. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so people because they feel medicines are expensive, usually herbals are a cheaper option.
Yeah.
So they go and buy herbal medicines. There's also, I don't know, there's also like a belief that it's herbal, and before Western medicine came around, we're taking herbal medicine.
That one's more clean, more safe.
It's natural, it's from this, it's from this. But then, I don't know, what's your view? My view is that most of these herbal medicines are made by people who are not they don't really know what they are, just mixed. Because if you read the bottle, they'll tell you this medicine cures
everything,
diabetes,
everything,
diarrhea, like 15. Hey, one medicine can cure like 15.
You know why? Because it's not a pure product. You see, it's not a pure product.
Yeah.
It contains a lot of additives like tannins, alkaloids, all those stuffs are in the medication.
Yeah.
So that is why they tell you that this one can cure this one can cure this. But there are some sicknesses that doesn't want such kind of groups within. So sometimes you worsen your own plight and you give a lot of pressure to your kidney and your liver.
I was going to mention that,
When you take them, that is what happens.
Yeah.
So basically, the detoxification of such products goes through a longer process, and it worries our own system. So sometimes you see people combining the orthodox medication and then the herbal, and they worsen their plight. Somebody might be diabetes, and then the person might be taking an orthodox medicine, will come to the pharmacy, come and buy. And then somebody will say, oh, I know of this herbal product that is also good. Why won't you use it?
And it's cheaper.
So they will go and buy.
Yeah.
Because now, if you are treating diabetes, at least I know that Gavos Met is around 600 and something cedis for a pack.
Wow.
You get it? So in a month, if you are buying 600, then somebody comes to you and say, this one is 20 cedis. It's also good for diabetes. All you do, you just go and take it. But you kill yourself too fast.
The other one will kill you slow.
The other one will take you higher.
Oh my God.
You get it? So, so don't kill yourself fast.
This even brings me to my next question.
Make sure that you come.
In the same.
Make sure you come and let's diagnose it. Be on the pills that you'll be given from the specialist.
Yeah.
And then that will save us.
Yeah.
Some of us are Google doctors and Google
my
pharmacists.
God. Hey, Google.
WebMD.
They'll tell you right now, they'll tell you have cancer. Your head is paining you, go on Google. I get cancer.
So you be afraid.
Dysfunction.
But you know, everything that, before you be diagnosed, there should be something that will be a precipitator for that.
Yeah.
You must have a lab test
Yeah.
and confirmed by somebody.
Yeah.
Then that will be fine. Okay? Yes.
So the question I wanted to ask is in relation to what you said. I was happy you said some people mix
The orthodox and then the herbal.
Every time I buy drugs, for me, I don't know, I just have this thing where I always read everything that is inside.
Yeah.
And I always see this thing called like drug interactions.
Yes.
And I feel there's not that much education on drug interactions in our society. So as pharmacists,
What's
or as a pharmacist,
that?
what's your take
What's
on it?
drug
What's that?
interactions?
Do you ask people when they come for drugs, like, are you on this drug? I hope you know that you can't take this and this.
Yes, because it's very important for you to notice, because some of the drugs do not go with some. And that is what we call drug interactions. You know, when you come to me and you say you are sick, I don't just get up to give you a medication. I have to ask you whether you've taken any pill. And are you ulcerative?
What does that mean?
Ulcer patient.
Ulcerative. The first I heard it, ulcerative.
Yeah, so if you are not an ulcer patient, then that means that you can be good on some medications.
After this, we have to talk about ulcer, but you carry on.
You can be good on some medications. So if you are taking a medication, let me take a product like maybe you are sick and you come to me with malaria, and I have to treat you malaria. I'm supposed to give you an antimetal infantry, and I'll give you, how do we call it, a tab like paracetamol or Panadol to keep the fever off. Okay. Now, somebody will go and then add maybe a blood tonic to it.
Hey, Ghanaians like blood tonic.
The mosquito has treated the blood, so they have to top.
Charlie.
You see, it is very important that, because the mosquitoes, they feed on your HB that is forming. That is the how do you call it? They feed, the parasites feed on what it forms within the HB that is forming. That is what they feed on. So they blast it. That is what they also feed on. Now, because they are feeding on that, the amount of blood that you need to have within your circles will be reduced.
Yeah.
It is good that the person will add a blood tonic.
Exactly.
But when you are adding the blood tonic to it, you shouldn't go at the same time when the person is taking the medication.
Anti-malaria.
The anti-malaria.
Actual malaria.
The anti-malaria drugs. The person can finish it and continue. Or you space it out. But some people, they take it morning and evening. Immediately you take the pill, you take this. It will reduce the efficacy of the drug. Okay, so we say drug-to-drug interaction because either it will raise something or it will lower the efficacy of that particular something.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
And sometimes drug-to-drug interactions can cause even death.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Some people can react to some things in a way.
Yeah.
And that will become very, very problematic.
Yeah.
That you have to be under a lot of medications and a lot of injectables to make sure that those reactions cease. So please, that is how it is.
Yeah. Please. Ulcer. All the girls. All the girls.
Why are you saying girls? Why are you acting like ulcer is like a girl's medicine?
It's a girl's problem.
Are you crazy?
I'm telling you. I mean, obviously, men have it too.
So what is the
But
cause? What do you think would be the cause?
They are
of
not
us?
eating. That's
Is
Oh,
why
it
I know.
only about
stress
food?
induced also, I hope you know.
Yeah, the
Stress
also,
induced
yeah,
is also there.
stress
And then what
induced
again?
there. I don't know.
Those that are always on NSAIDs,
That's
non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like the naproxens, like the diclofenac. So people who are in the menstrual cramps about just go in for diclofenac and the person is okay. Whether you take it, you are exposing yourself to such a thing.
I only know my whole life, one guy who has had an ulcer, and everybody else I know who has an
Was a
ulcer
lady.
is ladies.
Oh, Charlie. There are a lot of guys that also have it.
Yeah.
There are a lot of guys that also have it. But you know, it is about your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Everything boils down to lifestyle modification,
Yeah.
alcohol intake,
Yeah.
cigarettes.
That must be why
And
that
all
guy
those
got
stuff.
it. That must be why he got it. Alcohol.
Alcohol intake and then the cigarette. They are all factors
It's true.
within which
Definitely.
they are precipitating factors that it can lead you to get to those particular things. So please, we should take our alcohol, but in moderation. You get it, in moderation. And you can smoke, but also in moderation. Some people are chain smokers.
Yeah.
You could limit it for a time. When you take smoke, you yourself, you can see the way you feel. You should
But
take
I
it in
want
moderation.
to some of the things that people are smoking, they say it's natural medication or
Who
it's a
says it's
lie.
natural?
That's what they are telling us.
That is it. And now the shisha thing,
The e-cigarettes.
The shisha thing.
Yeah.
And then the
The vapes.
chargeable ones.
Yes.
Vapes.
Yeah.
They normally are not good for our health. They kill faster than even the normal smoke.
Jaishi.
So those that have been taking the shisha, those that have been taking the normal, the
Vape.
vapes that you're talking about, the electronic smokes, please. It's better you even go in for the downward ones, like the normal Tosca. You know Tosca?
No.
You don't see it before. You've not seen it before.
No,
eh?
what's that
You've not
Tosca?
seen Tosca. It was a secret.
We're brand of.
Embassy, you know Embassy. Have you heard Embassy
Me,
before?
I know King Size and
Diplomat.
Rothmans and
You see, oh. Those are old stuffs.
Yeah.
Those are old stuffs. So I am praying that the youth of today will learn a lot because there is information at our disposal. Anything at all you want to start, check for the side effect first.
And there's this thing that the Gen Z people have been doing a lot, the balloons. Have you heard about that before?
No.
What is it?
Helium.
Helium balloons. So like they inhale or smoke it?
Yes,
It's like in a
like
balloon.
in a
You
balloon.
inhale it
Yeah.
and you feel lightheaded.
Yeah.
But
So
apparently,
the,
like,
for
it
the
causes
ans-
you to be paralyzed.
for the anxiety purposes, people normally want to feel like that kind of ecstasy. I
Yeah.
want to be on top of the moon.
Yeah.
For what?
So but you already just said the anxiety. Yeah?
People, and sometimes they do it for their girls. Especially the men, they do it for their girls. Or if I don't do it, Charlie, this girl go talk say I no be wild guy. So
It's true.
don't please anybody, please yourself.
Oh, me, I don't do that. But yeah, there are some girls actually, if you are not wild, they
Yeah,
will
they
not
don't
mind
mind you.
So,
Yeah,
Charlie,
because right now, Charlie, they deserve to be worse than you, sir. So you see that
my
then
goodness.
you just want to be like you belong.
yeah,
But you see, we must think about ourselves first and our health.
for sure.
Now you see that the elderly ones, but the young ones are dying.
Yeah.
It's because of our lifestyle.
Yeah.
Let us watch it out. And I think we'll and that's why I like your show. At least when I saw this, you said what?
Stay by plan.
You have to stay by plan.
That's
Charlie,
right.
you have
That's
to-
right.
You must always stay by plan.
Yeah.
Accra stay by plan.
That's
so
right.
you must always plan for everything. And when you are doing it, you must check the side effect of it. Everybody has his own side effect. Everything has its own side effect.
Yeah.
Okay. If it will benefit you, fine. If it will not, then you have to know how to balance it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one last question from me. Somebody asked me, do you have any medication for heartbreak? Because people say that, honestly, when people are heartbroken, they say they feel it physically.
Like they can feel a physical pain in their heart.
So
Yes.
for somebody like that, what should they take?
So they cannot take anything than to see a psychologist. That is their job. The psychologist person must also be able to educate you and then be able to talk to you about what is happening.
Yeah.
And when you go there, they will ask you a lot of questions and try to switch you off it. I was in there when I realized that some people can have bipolar diseases based on that kind of
It can trigger stuff.
it can trigger stuff.
So please stop breaking people's Afi.
Those that
Excuse
will
you.
just be making you buy the post pills and they will not marry you. Later on, you come and be crying.
Stop
when
freaking us.
you start freaking out with them, tell them that. Ask them the questions. Are you marrying me? before you are making
No
me
men there, they always
by
lie on.
they'll tell you yes. Is that not so?
Yeah, that's what they say. Me, I don't say it, but they say
Okay,
it.
Zoo there, he doesn't
You don't
that.
say it.
Yeah, I don't say it.
Okay, that's
You
fine.
know me, I'm a good boy. So,
He's not a good boy. He has told everybody he doesn't want to marry.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, so that-
Maybe
And
he wants
on
to
that
become a
note-
pope one day. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's my career path.
like the church is in jeopardy.
Oh,
Oh, why?
I'm sorry.
yeah, you better be sorry.
So I think that today,
Yeah.
this particular program, let us take good care of ourselves,
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
and society will be good for all of us to stay,
Yeah.
because the resistance is becoming high. AIDS is on the ascendancy, gonorrhea is on the ascendancy, and then inability to give birth is also on the ascendancy because the
Yeah.
young ones, because of the post-pill issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So please,
Wow,
let us
This
watch.
is a serious matter. Because of this, I'll come to your pharmacy and buy condoms and share to people.
Yeah, oh, you have to.
Yeah, I'll come and do that.
Yeah.
Because this has to change. Post-pill epidemic has to stop.
He has to stop.
That's
So
true.
yes, thank you for joining us. We've had an amazing conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, but before we go, we just want to know, like, where can we find you?
Oh,
Like, Where can we
sometimes
find
I'm
you?
in the
Want to ask you some
malls.
questions. Mhm.
Like this Saturday, I'll be in Accra Mall.
Mm.
I'll be working there
Okay.
from 3 o'clock to 9 p.m.
Mm,
And then Sunday, I'll be there from 10 to 8.
okay.
Okay.
So I'm always there. And then
Weekday.
apart from that, weekdays, I'm always based at Kotoku, Ajin Kotoku, where the onion sellers are. I'm among the onion sellers. So you can just imagine.
Yeah.
So that is how where I am. I'm based there at Eden Pharma,
Okay.
and we have a wholesale and a retail. So I run the retail and then the wholesale as well.
Okay.
So every medication that you need, you can contact us for it. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes.
We'll do that. All right. So yeah,
I
this
had
has
good
been a
time.
very informative,
Yeah, I've learned so much.
interesting episode here, and I hope all of you have learned a lot. And the main takeaway, I feel, what's the main takeaway from this episode?
The main takeaway is before you do anything, think about yourself, think about your health, think about your life. So this involves your eating habits, your smoking habits, your sleeping around habits, your drinking habits, everything. Think first. Don't impress others. Impress your health.
That's right.
That's important if you want to live long.
Yeah.
But if you want to die, so that's cool.
On that note, please,
I don't
please,
think somebody would like
goodbye.
to die.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Bye.
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 Janet, thanks.
This episode of Stay by Plan was hosted by Afi and Zuu. Production by Afi, Zuu, Senna, and Nikita. Episode was edited and produced by Zuu. Sound design by Senna. Photography and videos by Ellis Etonam and Nams. Motion graphics by Eugene, and the intro song is by Lil Kwaw.